Well, that was yours truly, Pastor Donzell Hughes, and the voice of deliverance with a single entitled, Lord, I thank you for letting me live right now. And once again, here in the studios, we are so blessed to have a young lady that's here with us today, all the way from Minden, Louisiana, rather right now. But she's going to tell you a little bit more about herself. We have in the studio with us right now, Miss Yolanda LaShon. How are you today, Miss Yolanda?
I'm great. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for stopping by the studio on today. Listen, we were together this past weekend in Wildsville, Louisiana.
Yes.
Yes, we were, and we had a wonderful time.
Oh, my God.
It was
awesome. It was awesome.
But now, you shared your testimony before we get into really knowing who you are exactly. And your testimony, I mean, I've heard you say it at least 2 or 3 times in the area. But if you don't mind, share your testimony with somebody that's listening right now.
Most definitely. I have to say that God has really brought me from a super long way. I was, at the age of 16, I was sexually molested by a Hispanic guy. And even before that, living in another home with another family, I had been molested numerous of times, not only by men, but even by women. But when I turned 16 years old, that's when the big thing came, because I ended up getting pregnant out of that, and my dad, he was the kind of man that he didn't believe in abortions. So I'm grateful that, I was able to actually birth a beautiful young lady out of that. And, she's very smart, trilingual. She's in college now, studying to be a neonatologist. She's a ballerina. But even on to, after that happening, I got married early at the age of 21. And from then, I was married to this young man for 10 years. And I would say majority of my time being married to him, I was beaten. Even on my way to church, having to go to church, literally beat up, beaten in front of my kids witnessing a whole lot of that, Not only that, in between that, we look for love and we look for comfort, but when we don't know that Jesus is actually that lover, that comforter. So I look to drugs. I look to marijuana. I look to popping pills. And, they had the little fad out where you sipping on cough syrup or whatever. That was like it poured in a cup and you drinking it,
Right.
And those things, they took away that moment. That it was like a momentary high. But even though after I came down that situation or that problem, it was still there. So then I felt like I had to go back to where I was in that state and get my mind all messed up again. But, God delivered me from that. And I'm grateful because after that, he even showed me, he said, hey, if you continue to trust and depend on me, I'll take you through. And, when I gave my life to Christ, I know that made the devil mad because I ended up having 2 strokes back to back. One when I was at the house and one when I got to the hospital. So, if you don't know God, this is now the time that you need to get acquainted with him, because he'll take you through. When you think the devil is there for you, he paints that picture, he makes it look real good. He jacking you up the whole time.
Okay. Wow, what a powerful testimony. So, out of all of that, even to where you are now, and I know you can see where God has brought you from, how can you just inspire somebody just real quickly to where you are now?
Where I am now, I would tell a person, let your past actually help you in your future. Don't take that as a point in your life where now you have to waddle in your tears. You have to waddle in the fact of, wow, I've been through this, I've been through that. Let that be a help to someone else. Tell it, share it, because you never know who is going through the same thing that you're going through. And, God, sometimes he takes us through things to prepare us, to give us a story, to share with someone else. So if you're going through something, don't hold back.
Amen.
Tell it and share it, and it's going to help somebody.
So would you consider yourself right now blessed and highly favored?
I consider myself tremendously blessed and highly favored. Yes, I do.
Well, I tell you what, Brent, if you will, we're going to listen to Blessed and Highly Favored.
That works.
By Sister Yolanda LaShon, right here on the Donzell Hughes Gospel Album. We are truly blessed and highly favored right here in Shreveport, Louisiana at the Young Pros studio with Miss Yolanda LaShon. That song was just great, Miss Yolanda. And if you don't mind, just tell us a little bit more about yourself and maybe your music ministry.
Okay, well, as you stated before, I'm coming from Minden. That's where I'm coming from, but I'm originally born and raised in Houston, Texas.
Okay.
I have been here in Louisiana 6 years this year. I'm loving it. I've been in the music ministry for a long time, even as a little girl. My mother, she was a gospel recording artist. She sung with different people such as Dorothy Norwood. Well, she actually opened up for Dorothy Norwood. Numerous of people. My dad, he was also in the music ministry. He played left-hand lead guitar. He even played for the Mighty Clouds of Joy at one time. But I've been singing since, oh my goodness. So if I tell that, then I'm going to tell my age, which is okay. I'm God bless me. Hopefully this year I'll see 37 years.
Amen.
But I've been singing a very long time. Back home in Houston, Texas, I had the privilege to actually sing with my alumni, which was Yolanda Adams.
All right.
She came to our school, and then, of course, we were in the same church, acquainted with different people like, Sean McLemore. He was our choir director at the church, and we furthered the ministry on from there. Just been singing for a long time.
That's all right.
Long time. I ain't stopping. I ain't tired yet.
No, don't get tired yet. Well, who sings with you right now? I know you have some background singers with you the other night.
Minister Eric Haley, he has a wonderful wife. Her name is Keetra Bowman Haley. She's one of my strongest altos. And also, we go into the family. My tenor, he's also my cousin. He's my husband's cousin, Michael Davis Jr. He's an awesome person, awesome photographer. And I have another young lady out of Homer. Her name is Jate O'Neill. Awesome alto. And then I call this young lady my C sharp because she take you in the raptures. And her name is Brianna Anderson. I have had the privilege to meet these young ladies and this young man. They are awesome people. They are awesome people. They think they tell me what to do.
Okay.
They control me.
Yeah.
So I tell them, I said, okay, well, I'll let you have your fun.
There you go.
They're family to me.
That's all right.
They're family to me.
That is great, Miss Yolanda. So, what do you have coming up in the near future?
Actually, I have a lot coming up. Actually, June 28th this year will mark a year that I've been in ministry here in Shreveport, Louisiana, and I will be releasing my newest sophomore single, God Will Do It. And from there, I have different appearances with Kim Lumsey at her birthday bash, as well as on March 30th at Fresh Wind Praise Center with I think her name is Pastor Pinkney, and April 5th with Brother James Maxey at his concert. I have a lot of different things coming up, so follow me if you will.
All right. Well, we're going to try to do our best to keep up with you, Miss Yolanda. And like I said, we truly enjoyed the fellowship on this past weekend. And we definitely want to keep the fellowship going with you. So if you don't mind, I tell you, if just in case someone is listening and they were touched by your testimony, they would love to hear your music, how can they get in touch with you?
My telephone number, I freely give. It's 318-934-8794. Give me a call. If you want to get a copy of a CD, anything, just give me a call.
Amen.
Give me a call.
So maybe on the sophomore project when it come out, it's going to say Evangelist Yolanda.
I receive it.
All right. Well, keep on preaching, girl. Keep on preaching. So I tell you what, we're going to go into another song right here. Thank you, Miss Yolanda. We certainly appreciate you stopping by on today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Amen. So if you don't mind, we're going to listen to another song off Yolanda LaShon CD called More Like You right here on the Donzell Hughes Gospel Album. Bring if you will.